Carney struggles to find words under press scrutiny. In the high-pressure world of public life, it's not uncommon for individuals to face moments of hesitation or discomfort, especially when caught off guard by sharp, probing questions. Such moments can define careers, sway public perception, and become talking points long after the cameras stop rolling. For Carney, a figure whose name has increasingly been in the spotlight, these situations have become all too familiar. Whenever journalists come armed with difficult questions, ones that dig deeper or hit a nerve, Carney frequently finds himself at a loss for words. It's not that he lacks intelligence or insight. Carney is known in certain circles for his strategic thinking and his ability to rally people around a cause. But there's a distinct difference between delivering a rehearsed speech and responding to unpredictable, sometimes uncomfortable, questions in real time. In those critical, unscripted moments, Carney tends to freeze, not literally, but figuratively. His pauses stretch longer than expected. His sentences lose direction. His confident tone wavers. And more often than not, the silence speaks louder than any answer he might have given. Observers have noted this pattern for months now. During press briefings, interviews, and impromptu media encounters, Carney's unease becomes particularly evident when the questions drift into territory he's not fully prepared to address, especially ones involving accountability, contradictions, or policy specifics. His usually composed demeanor falters, revealing someone grappling with the pressure of public scrutiny. In one memorable incident, a reporter pressed him about inconsistencies in a recent policy proposal. Instead of responding directly, Carney hesitated, glanced at his notes, and offered a vague, roundabout answer that only raised more questions. The clip went viral, not because of the content of his answer, but because of the visible discomfort he displayed in the face of scrutiny. Social media was quick to react, with many pointing out how unprepared he seemed. The hashtag Carney caught off guard began trending, and late-night shows had a field day replaying the awkward exchange. Despite this, Carney has not avoided the press. In fact, to his credit, he continues to show up at conferences and forums, perhaps hoping to improve or redeem himself. Some advisors argue that his transparency and willingness to face the media, even when it doesn't go well, should be seen as a mark of courage. Others, however, worry that these recurring moments of hesitation are eroding public confidence in his leadership. Communication experts have weighed in, noting that his issue may stem from over-preparation on certain topics and a lack of adaptability when conversations shift unexpectedly. It's not uncommon, says Marla Jennings, a media coach who's worked with politicians and CEOs alike. Some individuals prepare so thoroughly for what they expect to be asked that they're completely thrown when the dialogue takes an unexpected turn. What you see with Carney isn't a lack of knowledge, it's a lack of readiness to think aloud and engage in real-time dialogue. Others speculate that the issue may be rooted in a fear of saying the wrong thing. In today's media climate, where every word is scrutinized, clipped, and analyzed, public figures often feel immense pressure to be flawless in their communication. A single misstep can lead to backlash, memes, or misinterpretation. In this sense, Carney's hesitations may be less about not knowing the answer and more about being overly cautious. That said, the consistent inability to respond clearly when pressed has consequences. In the realm of public opinion, clarity equals credibility. A leader who can't or won't provide direct answers is often perceived as evasive or untrustworthy, even if that isn't the intention. And Carney's growing reputation for being tongue-tied is starting to overshadow other aspects of his persona. No matter how effective his policies may be or how solid his track record is, the public tends to remember the awkward silences, the nervous glances, and the words that never quite came. To address the issue, insiders say that Carney has recently begun working with a new communication team. The goal isn't just to prep him with better talking points, but to help him develop strategies for navigating difficult or unexpected lines of questioning. Role-playing interviews, practicing spontaneous responses, and studying past fumbles are all part of the effort to strengthen his media presence. Moreover, there's a push to reframe the narrative. Carney's team wants to portray his pauses and hesitations not as weaknesses, but as signs of someone who takes questions seriously and chooses to reflect before speaking. It's a risky strategy. While thoughtfulness is generally admired, in high-stakes situations, delays are often interpreted as uncertainty or avoidance. Whether these efforts will pay off remains to be seen. For now, Carney continues to walk a fine line. Each press encounter is both a challenge and an opportunity, a chance to shift the narrative or to reinforce the perception that he struggles under pressure. What's certain is that, in the court of public opinion, eloquence matters. And unless Carney finds a way to steady his voice and sharpen his responses, he risks being remembered not for what he stood for, but for what he couldn't say when it mattered.